Yes. That focusing solely on the word count just didn't suit us. And that is why we started the Golden Quill Month. I'm still a little bit blinking with my eyes, because the eye drops are also under my eyes right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey Dida, yes, you made it today. Perfect. Okay, what I forgot to show you guys yesterday. Hi Fee, hi, welcome. I'm glad you could join us as well. So what I totally forgot to show you guys yesterday, the Golden Quill Month is in the thumbnail of the video, but that's not the only logo that we have. For the Discord, we have our own logo, and let me pull it up for you. Yes, this is the full Discord logo, and if you join our Discord, which is linked in the description below, you can see a tiny version of the logo in the sidebar once you've joined. But this is the full logo, with a lot of thanks, with all thanks to Dida, who expertly made this logo, and I mean it looks wonderful. We've got the dragons, the wyverns, we've got the quills for writing. I mean, we started out as a fantasy writing group for unpublished authors. And of course, published authors are also very welcome to join us and share your experiences with us. But we started out as a group of unpublished writers, unpublished authors. Remember, you were an author. The moment you start writing, you start your writing process. You are an author. You're not an aspiring author. You have started the work, so you are an author. So what are we going to do today? I wanted to check in with you all to see how your first day went of the Golden Quill Month. And we will do a writing session today, and I will also do another map making session today. Okay, so let's check in with you guys. Fee, you say the logo is beautiful, right? I mean, Dida is so creative with that. I love it. I really love it. Tish, good morning. And I hope you've had a wonderful early morning live stream. Guys, if you have missed it, Tish is another author and live streamer here on YouTube. She's a mystery writer, and she writes in the very early hours of the morning, 5 a.m. It is, for me, it's a good time, and I try to join her every now and then, because her 5 a.m. is, well, a couple of hours later for me, because Tish lives in the USA. So there's the time gap between us, which makes it possible for me to join every now and then. Tish, you also say the logo is beautiful. Thank you. I give all credits to Dida. She is such an amazing creator. I'm very happy that she made it. And she also made the logo for the Golden Quill Month. I will put that up again as well. Well, we can't have both at the same time, because that would be too much. So, yeah, she made this logo also. So I'm very happy with Dida's creative skills. Dida, you say, wait, right now I can see the chat a little bit better. Dida, free ad coming up. It's made by Amoria from Asgard. And Dida, if I'm correct, that's another Discord server, right? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Checking up with you guys. Yes, Dida, please let me know if there is something wrong with the sound or not. Entirely happy. I've made a little bit of a new setup, so sometimes things might not work as intended. Tish, you say thanks for the shout outs. Oh, you gave me one this morning. Thank you very much. And you encourage people to join us over here as well for the Golden Quill Month, the NaNoWriMo alternative. Yes, NaNoWriMo. It's let's just not talk about that. There's way too much going on with that event. But it was for us the last straw to finally make the decision to make our own event. So yeah. Okay, let's see. I am checking. Dida, if you have feedback on the sound, did you give that in Discord or did you give that here? Or did you want to give it here? I didn't see anything in Discord, so I'm guessing that will be alright. Did you say Asgard provides a free fantasy map generator and a couple of other things, like the Armoria for flags and coat of arms and such. The Discord is rather nice too, yeah. Okay. There's still a metallic echo on. Okay, that's okay. I have no idea how to fix that. Let me see. Is it okay? I can't do very much, but is it now a little bit better or not? Because I have no idea how to fix that metallic echo. Besides not showing you guys the map later on, because right now I can show you a little bit, I think. Let me see. Can I do that? Okay, so right now this is my setup a little bit. Oh, you really can't see that. Okay, that's the setting. Okay, so I have the camera and I have another camera above me with my phone, with another phone I should say, to be able to show you guys the map later on. And maybe, because that's on a metal standard, maybe the sound echoes a bit against that metal standard, but otherwise I have no idea. And did you say it's better when I speak straight ahead actually? So straight ahead in the mic like this, or just like that? Just not speaking straight into the mic. Okay, please stay. Okay, things are a little bit moving, so I hope that everything stays alright. So how did you guys manage to go through the first day of the Golden Quill Month? Yesterday I told you guys that I wrote a little bit. I wrote 350 words, and afterwards I did you say closer to the mic makes me sound clearer? I speak through. Okay, so the mic is right now at the max minimum distance because it's also linked to another laptop. So I can't set it any closer because then things start to fall apart. But good to know. Like I said yesterday, I wrote 350 words, and afterwards, after the stream, I got to think about that scene that I wrote, and initially I thought that I might have to just remove it altogether, but in the end, and I think I posted that in the Discord as well, in the end I decided it would be actually a perfect intro or a perfect setup for future things. And I decided to place it way later on in the first book. It will happen in the first book, but it's going to be, I don't know how many chapters later on. And the fun thing is this particular character that popped up that I kind of didn't know about and kind of already planned is a character that I planned for a character, not specifically this character. And there's a whole thing connected to that, to her appearance and to what she will do later on. And at first, I had no idea why I wrote this scene, but now I know that this particular character that popped up yesterday and that is now in the books, Arena or Daenerys, I haven't quite decided on that name yet. She will play a role, and she will cause trouble for several people, so that's going to be fun. Tish, you say yesterday was good for you, that you're in the final stage of editing, you removed filler words and did a read-through, and you're taking a chapter a day. That's excellent. And I mean, it's also all part of the writing process. And hearing that you are in the final stage of editing, that must feel so exhilarating and fun also to do, and sometimes hard, I can imagine that. But knowing that you're so close to having a final version of your manuscript and being able to publish it in the future, that's awesome. And Tish, I know you told me, I think you told me yesterday in the chat, but when is your publishing date again? Because that's something that people can keep in mind and can put in their calendars and put a mark in the calendars to know when your cozy mystery will be published. And Dida, you say you never understood how it's possible to write linear when first drafting. Yeah. Well, the fun thing for me is that in a way I need chronological writing because I have so much foreshadowing in it and I have so much scheming and intrigue in it that I kind of need that chronological order. But at the same time, scenes just tend to pop up. And then I just write them and I'll see wherever they will land. And that's okay as well. I don't mind that. And Fifi, happy you get the chapter allotment on Scrivener yesterday. You didn't get your ambitious word count, but you're still down bad from heavy flu. I'm so sorry to hear you still experiencing such bad flu, and I hope you will recover soon. But I'm glad for you that you got the chapter allotment done yesterday. Did you say new characters are always welcome? Yeah, I just have to keep track of all those characters because I have quite the cast already. But yeah, that's it's always fun. It's always fun. And Dida wishes FIFA well. Tish, you say, oh no, with the flu, Fifi, hope you'll feel better soon. And that was what I was looking for. And you have the publishing date for your first cozy mystery novel set on March 7th, your birthday. See, excellent. So we're all looking forward to that. And Tish, you say, in response to Dida, the only way you can write is linear, like a movie. Yeah, it's so. I can totally imagine that, and sometimes I see things happening. With my scenes, I can really see it unfold in front of me, and there are times when I don't yet quite see it, but the more I write, the more I will see it. Dida, you say fingers crossed for an unproblematic process with book. Yeah, that would be wonderful. And you'll have to tell about it. Tish will have to tell about how she does it in the Discord, because Dida loves to hear some more about it. Well, you're not the only one, Dida. I would love to hear more about it as well. Well, okay, so I think we're all caught up. And that means that we are going for our first writing sprint. Now, let's see if... right, one thing I forgot. The timer. And I need to set that because I still don't have the... the automatic timer. That's something I need to set again. Okay, so our first writing session for today. 25 minutes like usual, and after that we will have a short break to check in how you guys are all doing, and then I will do another map making session. So let's see if the change to the writing session goes well today. Yes, this is better. Okay, so from now, oh wait, didn't you say you get ideas like that, you see something happening and then you have to write, but linear? Not at all. Yeah, it's one of the beautiful things of writing processes. We all have our own writing process, and I really truly love that. Okay, our first writing session, 25 minutes. Let's start. I wish you all happy writing. and that is the end of our writing session of today. Yes. Wait, let me stop the sounds. Yes. So that's the end of our writing session today. How did it go for you guys? I have to say, it went pretty okay. Let's check that. I wrote about 5,500 words. And this particular scene seems way better than what I wrote yesterday. I have got Naja, I've got a little wyvern who's playing tricks with Naja. And yeah, this is way better. I'm very glad about it. Because originally I really thought that with the piece I wrote yesterday, that I kind of had lost touch. I mean, it's strange. I think I said it earlier on in the Discord. With all this post-COVID, at some point I became, well, I won't say afraid, but at least cautious, because my experience right now is that when I do just a tiny bit too much of cognitive work, so writing or map making or world building or basically anything, learning new things like that, I will feel that for days. I will be exhausted. I might have muscle aches. I mean, I can have muscle aches just from writing a bit too much. And yesterday, when I was writing that scene, it felt I had kind of lost touch with the Tergaenae Chronicles, and it didn't feel right. And I was happy when afterwards I found that the scene I wrote yesterday is something that I can use later on. And that it actually is a very good beginning for what happens later on. But I was still wondering why I couldn't feel it. And it was probably just because I was already tired yesterday. Afterwards, I realized that. And right now, it felt good. It felt good. I could see the scene unfolding in front of me. And yes, there are a few blanks that I need to fill in, or a few things that I need to check, like, do magnolias grow in the tropics? I don't know. I'll have to check that. But yeah, it felt way better than yesterday, so I'm very happy for that. And I might potentially write some more later today, because this scene that I started, it's something that I really want to end today. I think it was Ernest Hemingway, if I'm correct, who said you should stop in the middle of an action scene. You should stop in the middle of what you're writing and what is flowing good, so that the next day you can return to it and be full smack dab in the middle of it again. But I know that with my COVID brain, that doesn't work like that anymore, unfortunately. Did you say that it's important to write even if it feels funny and detached, just a tiny bit? Yes, that is why I kept writing yesterday, even though it was tough to write it. And I'm happy that I did it, because now I can still use it later on. So in the end, it helps. It helps. And did you say, I'll warn against stopping in the middle of an inspired outburst or mid-sentence? Yes. Yeah, I mean, for one author it might work, and for the other it really doesn't work. So it all depends on your own writing process, on what feels comfortable for you. And for me, I used to just keep on writing until I felt that that particular scene was just finished, or until I really had to do something else. And did you say you get so annoyed when you find those if I get interrupted? Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I totally forgot to set up a photo for myself, which I'm going to need in a minute. No, I don't want to edit images using AI. Okay, now I've got Windows asking me if I want to use AI to edit images. No, I don't. I really don't. Fifi is saying the same also being sick for you is really frustrating, and you'd love to have the productivity that you used to have. You remember reaching 70k on Nano once, and you would love to have that again, but you don't know if it's realistic. Well, you know, it's how shall I say that? You are making progress, and that is what counts. And being sick means that you are limited in one way or another. And if you are still able to keep on writing, that is what is important. And like Dita says, health first and then productivity. I mean, you have to feel better for yourself first to be able to write and to keep on writing. That is the most important thing. And even if you are able to keep on writing while you are sick and you don't make the same goals as you did last year or the year before that, but you keep on writing, you still have an amazing progress, because imagine what you would have been able to do if you weren't sick. So it's not that you can't write it anyway, it's just you're a bit limited because you're sick, but it doesn't mean that you can't do it anymore. And that is how I feel it right now as well. Yes, post-COVID is limiting me in lots of ways, I'll be honest about that, but I can still do things, and that is what I keep in mind. And sure, it's not as much as what I used to be able to do, but I can still do things, and that's the most important thing. And especially if you're down with the flu is so limiting in so many ways that it's perfectly understandable that that you're not reaching your goals yet. But at the same time, you already did a lot of work yesterday, and that is what's important. Despite that you are being sick, you still keep on going in an adjusted tempo, but that's okay. That's okay. In an adjusted pace, tempo. You say tempo here in the Netherlands, something like that. Did you say progress is better than none, and this is why we have the Golden Quill Month instead of the previous option? Exactly. Fifi, you say you guess so, and you think this. That's, yes, I mean, it can feel like you're not living up to your potential, but you have to keep in mind that you are sick, and that when you are sick, if you have post-COVID or any other disease, or if you're just down with the flu, it automatically has the problem that you won't be as productive in any fields with anything you want to do as when you are not sick. I mean, look at cooking something or doing house chores or whatever. I mean, when I'm down with the flu, one of the things that will suffer from it is doing my house chores, and the other thing is cooking elaborately. I mean, hell no. I'll just cook if I feel up to it, and then cook a simple meal and nothing special, simply because I don't feel up to it. And that is also how I look at writing and being sick. I still make progression. even though it's not as fast as I did before. Okay, so that's that's for me, my writing session. And it was good today. And I might continue later in the afternoon or in the evening. I'm not sure about that yet. And did you say exactly fever, for example, is to temporarily disable you to make you well faster? Brain hack. That's a good way to think about it. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. And it's you have to deal with that first, and your whole body has to deal with that first, and you come out of it better. And I agree, Dita, Fifi is doing fabulously. I mean, it's incredible. Okay, so I think that's it for the writing session for me. I encourage everyone to do basically whatever you want in the next session. I will be continuing with my map making. I didn't do anything anymore yesterday because I was too tired, but I have a few additional ideas that I want to incorporate, and I will be working on the new sketch of the Second Bamboo Kingdom. That's that's one thing I wanted to share with you guys. The Silk and Bamboo Kingdom, or the Kingdom of Silk and Bamboo. It's a mouthful, and I was talking earlier in the Discord that I wasn't sure if I would keep that name, but Dida and one of our other Discord members told me that they really like the name, so I might just keep it. Maybe just in the abbreviated version. Dida, thank you for celebrating that I'm back on YouTube. It's great to be back. I really missed live streaming, but I also knew that I simply wasn't able to do it. I was way too tired, and I still have my limitations, which of course is the reason why I'm only doing 1 hour approximately. Yesterday was a little bit longer. And not several hours like I used to do. Maybe at some point in the future I will be able to do several hours again, but for now I'm keeping it at just 1 hour. That's doable for me. And did you say Silk and Bamboo is an intriguing name indicating something different than most fantasy? Oh, thank you. I hadn't thought about it like that. Okay, that's okay. And one of the things that I decided for myself is to make names for kingdoms that will make you think about what the kingdom is about, and how the kingdom came to be. And of course there's the Dragon City, there's the White City, which I will explain more about way later on. There's Grey Havens, and there's also Tuama. Tuama is a very different kingdom. It's where Nejat comes from. And Tuama, that name is not so much because of what the kingdom represents, but what the name represents to me. And I can't tell you guys about that yet. Maybe I will do that at some point in the future. But Tuama is something that means something to me, and so I chose that name for the kingdom. And it's a kingdom in the south, south of the Ring of the Many Islands. And the Ring of the Many Islands is, in essence, comparable to the equatorial space. How do you call that? The equator here here on Earth, and Tuama is more south. Is really south of that, on the continent of Kikaran, whatever. I'm not really sure about the exact name anymore. I might change that. But Tuama is staying in. And didn't you say all authors are different and you love how one can sort of read minds when reading someone's work? Yeah, you're very capable of that. And you have one name that's truly a mouthful, but it was so genuinely unique when it popped out on the FMG when you were making Corsa. The fantasy map generator, yeah, of course. That's great. If you have something like that, that's wonderful. I mean, names have to speak to people. Let me put it that way. And being able to use such names in your fantasy books, that makes a huge difference, because those names will stick with people. And the same goes, it's not only for names of kingdoms and continents, but it's all and other kinds of countries and cities and city-states. Like Dragon City is a city-state, so that's a bit different from a normal kingdom. But also character names, like Naja and Najat are names I purposely chose for some reasons. Basically, all my main characters have names that I really chose with intention, because they have a certain meaning, and the characters either live up to that meaning or do something completely opposite of the meaning. So that's fun. And didn't you say Navayevars? Navayevars. Okay. No, sorry. Navayevars is how you pronounce it. Okay, I still hope that I pronounced it correctly. And it's a country. It really, that speaks just simply fantasy to me. If you would only say that a story plays in Navayevars, that instantly says fantasy. I mean, there's no, it's not something that you would see here on Earth, or at least not that I know of. Let me put it that way. So yeah, that's I think one of the beautiful things of writing fantasy. You can make up names, you can find names, you can have names that have really a certain meaning, and that is wonderful for people who will be reading it later on. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to get my drawing things, and I'm going to just set everything back again. Let me see if I can move things around in such a way that I can still access things without throwing things. Okay, seems good. Yay. And I've got my pencils with me. I didn't forget them this time. And I've got my old map. Okay, I think I pretty much have everything right now. I don't need that one. And let me quickly show you guys, or at least I hope I can do it quickly, the sketch I made for Dragon City. This is just a general sketch for the areas in Dragon City. And I will have to work on maps, on more detailed maps later on. Alright, let's go to... Yes, you should be able to see it now. You should be able to see it now. So, Dragon City is a very long city. So, I made the map into quite long map. Let's see, can you guys... Okay, it's going really slow. I'm not quite sure what's going on with my phone, but I hope that it can still work. Okay, so it's 4 papers of A3. But that will come later. That's not something I'm going to work on right now, but I just wanted to show it to you guys. And maybe I will show it in another video or another live stream later on. Yeah, this is not needed. Yesterday I had to look for my things, and now I have everything and I have way too many things. So yeah, I'm going to move the microphone a little bit away because it's in my way, in my drawing way. Okay, so it's still going good. Perfect. So yesterday I told you guys about the map. And today I'm going to work on a map. I'm going to draw the turtle islands. That's what I'm going to work on. I think it will be fun. I'm not sure yet how everything will turn out. So essentially this means that I will have to turn the map around. Because that way I have it faced the way that it is in the equator and in the ring of the many islands. And it is faced the right way towards Dragon City. Which is, as you can see here, to the northeast. So that's something I have to keep in mind. So it's, yeah, this is going to be fun. And I expect that I will rewrite it several times. Yeah, I started today. I started making this map, and I didn't realize that. I think you and I talked about that circular harbor. Oh, you can't see it properly. Can you see it right here? Yes, that's better. This circular harbor. We talked about that earlier on, but I wanted the ships to go there, and the turtle release area is here. And at some point I realized that with this map, Dragon City was supposed to be on that side of that harbor, of that external harbor. But the whole archipelago is southwest of Dragon City. So when I had drawn the map, I eventually realized that I had essentially drawn it upside down. And one of the other things is, with this turtle release area, I also knew... I hope you guys can still hear me good. Yeah, we talked about the secluded harbors and such, yes. With this turtle release area, I knew it was important that there would be no heavy ship traffic around it. So I wanted to divert everything to that external harbor here. And that meant that other islands of the archipelago also all had to be there. And yeah, that's when I decided, okay, I have to redraw the map, and I have to turn it upside down so that starters, Dragon City is on the northeast of Silk and Bamboo, because that is what I planned, and that is also how the flying routes are and such. And I mean, of course, for the dragons, it doesn't matter so much. And they fly there for the treaty celebrations. But there's also a ship going to Silk and Bamboo from Dragon City, or rather from Devil's Port, which is related to Dragon City. And then I discovered, okay, so if have Dragon City all the way there, they have to make a huge detour, somehow avoid all the turtle release areas, and then go to the external harbor. So I decided to just turn it upside down. That would be more sufficient for me. Did you say, just like you realized you need bridges and funny shape of the coast in your main capital city of the realm? Yeah, that's so fun. I have that here as well. Can you guys see that? Let's see if my phone is still... Wait. Yeah, that's better. This is a group of 3 islands. Don't pay attention to the exact shape. And these pieces are... this is a land bridge. And this is a... what I call a sky bridge. And I mean my original idea was that the dragons would fly through the sky bridge to the capital here, but yeah, that's not going to work. So I will have a similar sky bridge thing or whatever somewhere here, I think. And then the ships from Devil's Port can easily enter the harbor without taking it days. I mean, this island, Turtle Island, and the rest of the islands, the archipelago, is quite big. I mean, the capital alone, oh, you can't see that. The capital alone should be able to host about, I don't know, 1 million people or so. And the rest of the island is also big enough to host more larger villages, and there are more larger islands like these islands here. These will also be somewhat larger, and I have got loads of tiny islands. So yeah, I will have to expand to the what is now east. So that's going to be different. And did you say you love that even though you're writing cozy, you want to create a map of your facility leading to the murder? That is so awesome. That is so awesome. I mean, you can work and see how things can still be hidden from the scenes, and where places are where the murder can hide and things like that. So I'm very looking forward to seeing your map of that facility. That will be awesome. Is it a map that you are going to include in your book as well when you are going to publish it? Now remember, Dida and I talked about maps in books and how we would do that. And I think I saw it somewhere in a video or a short, I don't remember. Someone had a book and they had a fold-out map. And Dida and I talked about that, and we were both like, that's ideal, because that way you can keep the map with you while reading the book. But if you have several maps, like I will be making a map of Tergaenae at some point in the future. Well, all of Tergaenae. And of course I have the map of Silk and Bamboo. I have the map of... oh right, you posted a picture on Discord. That was it. That's what got us talking about that. I didn't remember that anymore. I knew there was something that got us talking about it. And I have the map of Dragon City, which is huge. I will have a map of the White City, and I will have maps of parts of Dragon City. So I've also been thinking about just making one separate map book, so to speak, where you can have all the maps. And then you can always take that specific book with whatever book you were reading at that moment, and then you'll have a full overview of the maps. Of course, that will also mean, that would imply, let me put it that way, that I can only make that map book when I've got the series complete. So maybe it will be foldouts in the book, maybe it will be separate maps that come with the book as an addition, so that you can keep the maps with it. We'll see about that in the future. That's not something to worry about right now. Right now, I'm just going to paint my pictures. Well, not paint, draw them. And I'll need to adjust a few things so that I can also read you guys in the chats. Right, that's it. That's what I needed. Okay. Didier said you think you'll go for simplified in each book and fuller for the companion. That's that's an idea as well. You said you're going to need a companion. Yeah, I have the same feeling. There's just way too much that I'd like to share, and that would give also insight for the travels that everybody will make and how things work. So yeah, a companion is a very good idea, Dida. Did you say it's funny when bloody living the stories ourselves, and then we get eager about sharing too? Yeah, it's so funny, and I love it. I really love it, and that is one of the things that I love about writing and about doing it all yourself, because when you are enthusiastic about it, and when you really make the things and come up with it all, you have so much more enthusiasm also to show it to other people and to tell other people about it. I mean, I have I posted it to someone a few days ago. And of course I can't find it right now. I had a very small blurb. I posted it. Damn it! I can't find it right now. Okay, so I'll find it again some other time. It was just a little piece. Oh wait, maybe I have my other piece. Let me check real quick. Yeah, okay, I might have it on my other laptop, but I can't find it real quick. Oh, and I totally forgot to reset the timer. Okay, so let's officially do this. And we have a new creative session. Let me put it that way. I'm going to change that in the description of the future live streams. I'm just going to call it creative sessions instead of writing session or map making session. I'll just call it creative sessions. That's way better. That fits it way better. So we have one more creative session, which is 25 minutes. And it starts now. Have fun, everyone. Happy being creative. that is the end of our second creative session. How did it go for you guys? I have to be honest, this map is getting bigger and bigger. As the looks of it now, I'll probably need 4 A3 papers as well, but instead of making it long, instead of making it stretched out, I will more have like a square. And this is the first half. We've got Turtle Islands, and like I said yesterday, if you look from the sky, for example, if you are on a dragon, and there are dragons on Seven and Blue as well, then it looks like a turtle, especially with also the coral around it. So I'll need to make some adjustments. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I'll need to make some adjustments here for the fins, that it's more like coral, and it may be that I make the island itself a little bit smaller, but the coral outside will make it look bigger. Hey Jess, welcome back. It's great to see you again. Let us know how you're doing. Oh, before I forget, Tish and Chess, were you both able to get access to everything in the Discord again? You will need to press the check mark in the rules section, or in the rules channel, and then after that you can get access to a few channels, including Get a Roll, and the channels info channel will explain everything about the channels. And Get a Roll, that's where you can click the emojis to get the role that you wish to get access to the other channels, including the Golden Quill Month channels, where you can post your goals and other things. So feel free to do that, or not, just whatever you want. Just remember that the temporary channel will be deleted at some point this month. And let me know if you are having any problems accessing the rest of the Discord server. And just to say, oh, you like it, Snazzy update. Thank you. I was, Dida and I talked a lot about it, and with our community slowly growing, we thought it would be handy to let everybody choose which channels they want to, which channels you want to keep updates from, and which channels you don't need or don't want to visit, or something like that. So for now, it's all based on the category name. So not specific the channels, but specifically the categories. And that was the sort of the easiest way to do it, instead of marking all channels. So yeah. So yeah, my map making of today. I actually I've actually been drawing today, let me put it that way, that's easier. So yeah, like I said yesterday, my Turtle Islands was inspired by turtles, literally, and a giant, humongous, gigantic, whatever you want to call it, turtle sacrificed her life. And let me go, no, wait, here you can still see the map. And the fun thing is, this turtle is, I mean, it's bigger than the Archelon turtle. I think that's the way you spell it, you pronounce it, I don't know. So I decided that these fins that I've drawn now, don't, just ignore the quality of my drawing, because it's really simplistic, but it helps me. So I will probably have some pieces like what I did here with the capital. Can you guys see that? Yeah. This was originally the complete head, and I decided, well, no, I wanted the harbor, and I wanted the sky bridge here with this fin, so that people can go there. And I've also made this star island. It's inspired by the what's that called? The creature, the basket star. Feel free to look it up. If you have the full frontal, it's I can imagine that this can be a progress of a horror creature as well. But it will play in Tergaenae, because yeah, that's going to be interesting. And then I have made bigger islands of those small that you saw earlier, and I've made another big island also inspired by a creature, and especially the posture of a creature. And then to the east of Turtle Island and below, to the east, I will have more islands, and there will be the external harbor and an internal harbor, of course, so that trading ships can get to Silk and Bamboo without disturbing the sanctuaries, the turtle sanctuaries, and things like that. So yeah, I'm happy with the results so far of this new sketch of the island. It's of the archipelago. It's better coming together right now. Fifi, you managed to split and label all your chapters of your whole manuscript. Wow, into sections so that you can see the arcs more clearly. That's huge. I agree with Dida. It's a huge progress. That's incredible. I mean, that I can see how that can give you more insight and more clarity into your whole manuscript, and see how things are progressing, and if you are if your storylines are on the right track and such things. So congrats on making such a huge progress. That's awesome. That's awesome. I need to go back to... Yes, there we are again. So I'm happy with my results. It's great to hear your amazing progress, Fifi. My apologies. And Dida, did you manage to do anything? Have you been drawing perhaps today? I know that you might be working on a few things in the future. And Jess, how are things going for you? Let us know how it's all going. We've missed you in the Discord. And Tish, I hope that things are going great for you as well with editing and a read through of this chapter that you were working on. It's all great to hear. So that was a creative writing session, and I see that we're already almost 2 hours into the live stream, so my max of 1 hour has become 2, and I'm starting to notice it, but at least I wasn't writing, I was drawing, so it's another way of doing things. But yeah, I've reached my limit pretty much. Did you say last session you were adding things to your gaps list? Oh, that's excellent, because I know that that's something that you wanted to work on as well. To check which gaps there are and what you need to do with them. Okay, so on one hand I want to do one, but on the other hand I know that I have pretty much reached my limits. I've probably gone over my limit a bit, but I'm not making too many mistakes yet. So, Fifi is saying good job, Dida, good job, Yelson. Thank you very much. The next live stream, the next Golden Quill Month creative sessions will be next week, same time, same place. I hope you all can join again as well. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed being back into live streaming. And I noticed today it went a bit better than yesterday, so that's good. That's good. But yeah, I still really need to watch my limits. So I'm going to take a rest. Thank you, Dida. Thank you. And I hope to see you all in the Discord again. And then we can talk all about other things that we are working on the hurdles that we'll need to tackle, things like that. I wish you all a great remainder of the weekend and great creative sessions. And for the next live creative sessions, I will see you next Saturday for more creative sessions. Indeed, you say, charge up your brain for more mischief you didn't kind of... Yeah, exactly that. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So I wish you all a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And I hope to see you Saturday again next week. Bye-bye.